Hi everyone, it's Nicole and I'm here with another layout. This is layout 6 and I thought there was 8 layouts that I did at that crop, but there was only 7. So I guess there's only this one and the next one and then this little mini series will be over. But when I go to crops like that, I just like to make page kits that have a lot of scraps, or I bring sketches. And because it's great, right? It's super loud because everybody's having a good time and chatting and going on. But I'm so used to scrapping basically in complete silence, except for me chatting, that I find it a little bit overwhelming. So I find that if I have everything not really planned out, but with the sketches, yes, it's planned out. But with these scraps, I just take the scraps and I just put them on the layout, basically the size that they're cut, or like in this case, the top part was a certain size, and then I'm doing the blue part, the blue cardstock. It's actually pattern paper, but I'm just going to put it off to the side. And then I was like, a nice little strip about half the size of that cardstock, and it'll kind of ground it to the layout really nicely. And then I start gluing down already. This layout took me 16 minutes and 43 seconds. I find that by having everything not really picked out, I have to say years ago when I first started making page kits, this was like 20 plus years ago, I would literally go through the die cut pack and say, okay, like for this layout, I need to pick stuff that is red, blue, or pink, or I choose a couple colors. And I would only put the die cuts that would coordinate with that layout. And then when I would put that layout together, my goal was to use everything that I put in. And if you have taken some of my early classes, that's how would say, oh, this is how I do my page kits. I would literally open, at the beginning of the class, I would open, I don't know, like 10 die cut packages and put them in an iris tray, the ones that are all divided, and I would make my page kits using those die cuts. And then I would try, when I would put a page kit together, I would try to use everything that was there. The problem with that was whatever I didn't use, which page, not page, but which kit does this belong to? I have no idea because I, would just mix and match different things. So this way here, a lot of times, yes, I have, maybe if I'm going through and I'm going through the embellishments that I've already put on a layout, I will throw it in a kit like this. But a lot of times it'll be like a whole die cut pack. And then that way, when I am done with this page kit, everything goes back. Like you can see to the left there, I have the Vicky Bouton entire die cut pack. So I'll open it up, see what I can use, and then when I deconstruct my page kits like I've been doing for the last couple of weeks, it's easy to just kind of put it back together. If there's anything that belongs in that package, I just put it back. Or what I also started doing was putting the entire collection, so like the pattern paper, the whole kit, I'll put it in the back of my page kit. And that does a couple things. When I deconstruct my page kits, one, it's easy to put the pattern paper back, but two, if I get to the crop, or if I'm just cropping upstairs and I open it up and I'm like, hey, I don't have a lot of pattern papers, I have the entire collection there and I can add some more. Because a lot of times, I'll, for my patrons, I'll do, oh, I need, this page kit, I'm going to use a sketch. Well, the sketch requires, let's say, 4 pattern papers, full sheets, and then when I look at the page kit, there's scraps. So then I'll go and dig into that and grab some pattern papers for it. And just a little heads up, this week, this will probably be the only video that I'm going to put up on my channel, because normally I have Lexi Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, but on Thursday I actually have Lexi for the morning. So I'm just going to have like 3 hours before I have to leave and get Mason for his practice for hockey. And I think I'm just going to have time to get my videos done for Patreon for the week after, if I can get both of them done. Cross my fingers, If not, maybe Sunday night I can do the second video, but I don't think I'll be able to. I was going to do a little bit more organizing. I probably have, I don't know, probably 50 page kits. I don't know if I'm going to deconstruct all of them. I'm not sure yet. I'm going to do at least another 20, and then I'll look at what's there and kind of decide. The only reason I was like, maybe I should do them all is when I was deconstructing the last 20, I'm like, oh, I bet you the rest of that collection is in those page kits that I haven't taken apart yet. And I'd like to kind of put everything back together and maybe start fresh, start the whole year fresh with no page kits. And, I'm always making page kits, whether I'm making page kits for videos here on YouTube or for Patreon, or just because to make a video, to make page kits, because I like making page kits. So I know I'm not going to be short of, page kits. I'll get some more done, but it's just nice to kind of reset, put everything back to, where it belongs. And then I can kind of reassess and say, okay, this collection here, literally have one pattern paper left. I can just put that pattern paper with my huge stack of pattern papers that are just mishmash, and maybe grab another collection from my stash and try to make page kits with that. One thing, I don't think I bought that much scrapbooking supplies in 2025. I really tried to use what I had in my stash, and I think I succeeded. And 2026, I want to go even further. When I look at some of my sticker sheets, I'm like, there's literally 3 or 4 stickers on this sticker sheet, and then I'm going to be done. So my goal this year is going to be to finish off. I don't want to say too much. I was going to say 10 sticker sheets, but that might be a lot. How about if we say 7? I need to finish 7 sticker sheet, and I know there's probably 3 that only have a few left. So I'm going to make an effort to get those done. And then there's 4 that I'm going to have to use over and over and over again, and to make sure that I get those done. Another goal I think I'm going to try and do is it, which I'm really good anyway, but I want to use more scraps. So make page kits with scraps way more than I do with full page pattern papers. So maybe, those scraps that I put away in those plastic bags last year that I never even looked at, take those out and start making page kits with those. And then the ones that I'm taking apart this year, to make sure to go through that and use those scraps before I use a full sheet. And same thing with the cardstock, like try to use the scraps of cardstock before I cut into a new sheet. Okay, so the first part of the video was real time because last time I times it, like I sped it up times 2 before I started recording. And then I was like, oh my goodness, I wasn't done chatting and the video was done. So I thought this time I would chat real time, say everything that I wanted to say just about, and then speed up the video. And then that way, I could get everything out. I really need to chat. So I really like how this layout turned out. I really like using a strip at the top, adding a couple of pictures, making sure I have a nice big embellishment cluster. The Vicky Bouton uh, die cuts, I really like them, but they are huge. So you have to make sure to have the room. So whenever I know I'm going to use some of her die cuts, I make sure that I make kind of like the die cuts the center of the layout. So you can tell, like at the top left, I have a good 4 inches that I have to put some embellishments. And then at the bottom right of the layout, I have another 3 or 4 inches because that flower is at least 2.5-inch big, maybe even 3 inches, the one at the bottom. And then that bird is pretty big too. So that it would be my tip is if you have large embellishments, start with those first. Don't try to put them on your layout after you've put your layout together because chances are you're not going to be able to make it fit. But if you saw, like I was kind of looking at the die cuts and I was like, okay, those die cuts are big. I was kind of tapping them in my hand. So I have to make sure to give myself room to put those die cuts on the layout. And if the die cut is really, really big, what I do a lot of times is I'll start the layout with the die cut and then I'll build the rest of the layout surrounding that die cut. So I, think of the size of the background, pattern papers, and all the mats. I base it on the size of, where I'm going to put that large die cut. And a lot of times what I'll do is I'll tuck the matting in behind that large die cut. So that's it. That's going to complete this layout. And if you love coloring, I started a new channel. The link is in the description box below. If you're new to this channel, don't forget to hit subscribe if you're enjoying these videos. If you wouldn't mind giving me a thumbs up, leave me a comment down below. And I want to thank you so much for watching. Bye.